Well, my name is Edmund Yiu. I'm Chinese and I am based in Hong Kong. So I was born in Hong Kong, educated in Canada, and then now working full-time in the diving industry. I do a lot of instruction as well as dive gear importation and distribution for Southeast Asia and China. I also run REBREATHER, the agency for China, and developing students, instructors, and dive centers around the area. To me, the Liberty, I've been diving using a lot of REBREATHER previously, and I've used other brands, and I certainly see lots of pros and cons about units. So what I like about Liberty is just the way how it's designed. Is really the most robust rebreather you can get, as well as a system which is fully integrated. What I mean is fully integrated is there's hardly any third-party component. Everything is in-house and developed to fit perfectly. And I also like the Liberty is because how they were put together for assembly, for detaching, attaching, everything, it just so well made and very fine into detail. So I like it because I've actually never had any issue with it, and always works, and it's very easy to assemble and set up, and also give the user all the control that they need. Well, there's a lot of growing interest in the growing market, especially in Southeast Asia, in China, because they have not been, they only been just seeing rebreathers in the market or start learning how to dive rebreather. So it's a bit of a new concept. So the potential is there's a lot of people are going to be interested in rebreather. So that's why I'm promoting Liberty a lot in the Asia. There's a lot of new generation and young people getting into diving, unlike European market or US market, where it's aging, and you can probably see most of the active divers are usually a bit older, more mature, and versus you see very young diver and just different generations, and they are all sort of, you have to learn how to sort of communicate and what ticks and what works for them. Attitude is very important. Be careful, not reckless, and also willing to improve themselves. Another quality, of course, diver, the most important qualities are the basic skill. In terms of buoyancy, kicking is something that we stress a lot during our training, because many other agency or instructor are not giving enough time for the student to learn proper buoyancy and proper trimming, as well as propulsion techniques, which is going to carry through them, throughout the diving life or career, because that's everything you do, you start from the basic. Rebreather diving is quite different. It's a lot more complicated, and you really need to take it slowly, as well as do it step by step, and learn the whole new thing again, because the mentality, the way how we do diving and on rebreather and planning are much more complicated and different slightly, and people needs to give themselves time before getting into deeper and deeper dives. For one, always have enough bailout gas, because this is one thing that I see that people are not bringing adequate bailout gas or backup gas. They have a major failure on the rebreather. And I can't stress that enough, because people will bring something, or sometimes they don't, or they just too lazy because, or they think never gonna happen to them, because the unit works. It actually works. When it works, it's really easy to dive on a rebreather. But if you ever have a complete failure of the system, you really need to have enough, especially going the depth and the time, and to be able to make it back. So that is one of the most important things. Second is don't go too deep too quickly, because you do need to have more training. There are multiple levels of courses, and also time required. So people tend to rush it. You know, it's very easy to go too deep on a rebreather because they never run out of gas. But when you went past your bailout limits, and then you won't make it back if you have a failure. So that's another reason why I like the Liberty, because it's a fully redundant system. So it gives me this confidence, because the unit has multiple backups and never really fail on a single point of failure, and which is why I like the Liberty a lot. Well, bad habits as in, not going through the safety check, pre-dive checks, or not bringing enough gas, or both. There's a lot of bad habits on rebreather diver, because you get away with it when everything goes right, and it's very easy. And so they think, I get away with this time, I always get away with it, so never have problem. But that philosophy is false, because you have been doing all these things, and a lot of people will think, oh, you're crazy doing that. But then you build up your confidence because of that. You just keep, because either you're not trained well, or you do not get properly informed. And that one time, which is the time that you don't make it back. And we do have a lot of accidents from rebreathers, and I overestimate their limits. For example, like scrubber duration, also their own personal limits. So, yeah, you really need to look for experienced instructors and take the time and get the course. So never go, if you want something easy, then it's probably not the right way. Well, this summit was good because I get to meet more people around the world, which I don't get to see much, and also get to dive together and meet some friends, and also this wrecks and this I've never been, so I enjoyed it very much, and we have some good dives and everything. We had bad weather first day, but it was good. It was okay. Well, lighter is important. That's why I dive the side mount. The Liberty side mount is my favorite rebreather, because it's easier to dive, it's light to travel, and allow me to go use it for cave diving, because I love cave diving and side mount diving. So it's the Liberty side mount is my preference for traveling, which is also light. Of course, if you have people who are not into side mount, I would think a lightweight or small unit, because my market is more Asian, and they are smaller people, and they always find a lot of European equipment that made too heavy and too big, because most Europeans are big, and they also dive in cold water. They need heavy units so that they can go down, without too much weight. But for my purpose, we are looking at more sort of relaxed environment, warmer climate, wetsuit, and women divers, and I want them to benefit from the the advantage of diving rebreather, because you also get very close to marine life. For photography, you can do a longer dive and see more stuff.